We're chasing championships. Simple as that.
Fast gets slow, but big doesn't get small.
But we will draft, develop, and retain our own.
I'm grateful that they gave me the opportunity, and I'm here. Thumbs up.
What's up, guys? The schedule just dropped tonight. We're finding out and going through how tough this road is for the New Look Dolphins. We're going to go game by game through the entire schedule for each game. You guys will vote win or loss in the live poll. We'll build the Fins Faithful community record. You'll see it on the bottom ticker and on the side here. And at the end, Jason and I will give our final record predictions, kind of match it up how the community voted to how we think. So drop your final predictions in the chat. Vote in the polls. Let's get into it. We'll explain it more. The schedule is released in live. Without no further ado, the man of the hour, Mr. Jason Sarney, my co-host. If you haven't followed him on Twitter, he's been on harder work trying to uncraft this mystery puzzle of the schedule. We had the schedule already on the right side. You see it, and the Dolphins dropped it. Sarney, I know this is a big night for you. Love a good schedule release.
It's better than Hanukkah. It's better than Christmas. It's better than Thanksgiving dessert. I love this stuff. A couple of people have asked me why. I've been a sports freak, as a lot of us have, for really all my teenage and adult life. And luckily had some fun opportunities. You know, I had a first gig out of college where I worked for the programming and broadcasting department of the NBA. And one of my first early responsibilities was as simple as literally working with the VP in constructing the TNT and ESPN national schedules. And I handed him the magnets. Clippers, Kings, Pistons, Pacers, and, cross-referencing venue concerts. And I really got a whole taste of how schedules are made. And I loved it. Did it for a couple of years. Fast forward a couple more years. And this is an opportunity for me to get back to that kind of construction, and credit to the guys who were leaking and breaking the news. I wish I had their real names, but we know them as Ozzy, an NFL nerd. So
yeah.
Guys,
shout out to those guys, and shout out to EJ. Yeah, this was. We had the schedule. Literally, this graph was done. We could have went live at 6:30 p.m. with this graph, right? And there you go. Show me. I have the draft board. Jason has the schedule board. We both we love that. Talk about the cold games. Top of the chat. Hey, everybody, dive in here tonight. So let's explain how this is going to work first, and then we'll get our initial thoughts on the schedule. All right, we're going to go game through the entire schedule. For each game, you guys will vote win or loss in a live poll. Each poll, we're going to run it 60 seconds, 90 seconds. If we know it's a blowout, we might run it 45 seconds. We'll break down the matchup as the poll results come in. Then I'll add a W and an L on the schedule on the right side. And then on the bottom, Jason will update the community record on the bottom ticker throughout the show. And then again, in the end, Jason and I will do our predictions. So get in, grab your popcorn, drop your final prediction. You guys are making your Fins Faithful because we appreciate you guys so much. We want to know what your schedule prediction is, and we can have it and kind of go back and be fun to look at it. Right, Jason?
Absolutely. Look, I mean, it's May. This is what we got in going on into the 2026 season. We love to predict. Obviously, everyone is going to start making their plans on where you're going, how you're going, where you're staying.
Yeah.
So it's a big day. It's a big day for fans of all across the nation and world. Dolphins are a worldly fan base, So there's a lot of travel plans going on right now. And as Daddy Biggs points out, there are no primetime games. To no one's surprise, I said max there maybe would be one, but there's absolutely no shock that there's none. There's no.
We had too many last year, to be fair. We had too many last year. We kind of evened out, right? They're like, we're not giving these guys any.
You know what? Things like that should be earned. It's a new regime. It's the youngest team in the league. Most players on this roster that aren't rookies are 1-year minimum deals on second or third chances in the league. So no, they don't deserve, in all honesty, primetime games yet.
Yeah. I guess before we go through it quickly, expectations on the season, right? Like when I look at the schedule, this to me isn't about wins or losses. It's going to be fun to go through this, and hopefully they can overachieve, Jason. But this is going to be about Malik Willis showing enough. Is he enough? It's about, hey, did they compete? Did Malik Willis show he's got what it takes to maybe get that, remove the franchise tag? The young draft class, is it hitting? Proctor, Johnson, Rodriguez, are they developing? Because look, I want to tell you, people talk about tanking. We talk all the time. These players are not going to go out and tank. The coaches aren't going to stop coaching hard. If this team loses, it's because organically they're young, and that's the right way to do it. It's hard to win consistent in this league with a young roster. Now, if you're a 3 or 4 win team and Malik looks bad, the young players aren't developing, the coaching staff looks lost, yeah, then we got a problem. But if they win 5, 6, or even if they win 4, competitive every week, Malik flashes the potential, the rookie class looks like a foundation group, Jason, then you can live with these growing pains because it's about what, okay, I see the vision, it's steps, and that means the organization is built the right way, right? So, like, even if we don't do well this year, it's how it happens, right?
Yeah, it's going to be part of the process. And to tell you the truth, not counting wins and losses just yet, we will do that. But I love the amount of post-Thanksgiving winter games,
Yeah.
You're going to get tested in Green Bay. You're going to get tested in Denver probably. You're going to get tested in New England. And I love that because you want to get bigger, stronger, tougher, have an identity to play in the elements. This is the test, You're starting on the road, as we spoke about the other day on our show. 2-game road trip out west. So this is going to give an opportunity for both Jeff Hafley to logistically figure out how he's going to handle, as a first-year coach, taking a team out for probably 2 straight weeks, not going home, and it's going to give a chance for this young team to bond, to gel. I like it. The no primetime games, again, I have no problem with that. And an early bye after 3 out of 5 home games, 3 out of 5 road games, that's a little tough, but
tough.
Let's see what they're made of week 17 through 18.
Shout out, Daddy. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Guys, make sure you share it. Let's get everybody here tonight because you guys will be doing the Finn's Faithful Community Poll, and each game we're going to do it here soon here. Probably we'll start at 8 o'clock on the dot maybe or some. Who knows? But shout out to everybody. Give a thumbs up, like. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate all that good stuff. Let's get everybody in here. You see the ticker on the bottom. We'll update that live. All right. I hope you guys like the setup. We got the schedule on the side. We love to give you guys a good visual here on Finn's Faithful. Yeah, I agree. When I look at the schedule overall, I'm like week 9 and beyond. The thing that jumps out to me is like maybe outside of the Jets matchup, it's a really tough stretch. I don't remember a stretch this tough. Like you're seeing playoff caliber teams, tough environments, experienced team. You're going to find out about this coaching staff and this young Dolphins team. Again, not more of the wins and losses, but the compete level. Honestly, that's why I keep saying this season is more about development and competitiveness, Jason, just more than the pure wins and losses. But yeah, even if it's not pretty late, but that's a tough stretch. If they're still competing, Malik's still rocking, young players still flashing, and the coaches got the locker room, I'll be okay with it because no doubt. I mean, and another thing, the cold weather. You're going to get a couple games in the cold weather. They've talked about. We want to be tough, more physical. Look at their first pick. Well, Buffalo week 11, Green Bay week 15, New England week 18. Type of games you're going to find out if the identity changed. Again, not the wins and loss, but just how they go about it. Can they run the football? Can they handle the physical teams late? So I think this is a good test to see how this new regime changes things. And I was thinking of this, Jason, and I was watching back a clip of Mike McDaniel and Chris Greer in the draft, and I'm thinking, gosh, whatever you think of these guys, it's just like we got real football guys in here. I don't know. It's not a dog and pony show. It just seems like real football guys. I just wanted to throw that in there.
I 100% agree. And listen, if there is going to be a year for this kind of road testing, element testing, no primetime game, this is the year, folks. I mean, this is the year. Let's face it. I mean, I hate to destroy hopium. I know we pumped that hopium a little bit here, but this is not a contention year. It's just simply not. All right. So it's going to be how they win and lose games, who they might be competitive against. If you go in to, let's just hold on. Sorry, God and chess for a moment. If you go into, let's say, hypothetically, the Colts, the Bills, Jets, Broncos. Let's say you take a road game there. Let's say you beat the Jets at home. You play the Broncos tough. That's a heck of a stretch. Like if you go in there and beat Indy, you play the Bills hard, week 11 in Buffalo, you beat the Jets, you play the Broncos hard. That's okay.
Yeah.
I do think, and we spoke about this the other night too, they're going to probably be in some games. The defense might not be able to stop an opposing offense, but this offense is going to score some points. So are they losing games 28-9, or are they losing games 24-21, 35-27? You know what I mean? So that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for wins and losses. I'm looking for how competitive they are. 4 quarters. If they have opportunities to put a team away, if they have opportunities that the defense has to play ball, if they're up by 4, you prevent that team from getting in the end zone. There's little things like that I'll be looking for, especially when we get past week 9.
Yeah, and you said the first 2 games. I look at the first 2 games, either a good thing or it could be a bad thing. Hafley's going to get tested pretty early on here with the 2 road games, right? It could be kind of like it's a young team, kind of a college atmosphere. We're going on a trip here that get him out of Vegas as quick as possible. But it could be a positive. Bonding, Hafley gets that tough that unique situation early in his career, or it could be the opposite. It's like, this is unique. I'm starting off 2 games on the West Coast. It's a little unusual, but look, I'm not going to give record predictions, but I kind of like our chances week 1. Now I don't see it as I don't got as much hope in him as Jordan, 4-1 before the bye. But look, that's why you guys are going to make the picks on a lot of these, and see, Jason and I kind of told each other our records. Something could change by 1 a game if we want to change, but like our initial kind of thought. So it'll be interesting how you guys do it. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Pray Dolphins don't get swept by division rivals, 3-3 in the division. We're going to have to definitely get from a certain division team. Going to have to get a couple. 20-0, here we come. 5-12 from Dad Dean. What's up, everybody? All right. So yeah, that's where I'm at. And look, again, I think me and Jason said it best. This season's more of the wins and losses, and you never know. Another thing, when we look at schedules, we look at this now in May. It's a lot different when you get to the season. Like, it changes every year. There are teams that are going to be, we think they're going to be great, and they disappoint. Teams nobody expects end up surprising people. Injuries happen. Quarterbacks go down. Young players step up. So the strength of schedule can always change when it happens every year. But on paper, it looks tough right now, especially in that back half 9, honestly. So, look, we'll see how the community votes tonight. We'll have some fun with it. And by the end, we'll show where everybody lands on this Dolphins team headed to 26. So, yeah, man. Yeah, Jordan says no Mahomes week 3. True. Already, All right. So you guys want to kick this off? Should we kick it off? Let's kick it off. All right. So I'm going to put up the poll. We'll start with the first game. So hopefully I'll get better by the time we get through. So let me take off this poll. Okay. Give me 1 second. Sarni, and you had some stats going on about some of these games, though. Talk about how you said, what was it, that the AFC East is the longest we've had?
Well, a lot of people, when, especially, the nerves of constructing the schedule, I said to myself, all right, where's the AFC East opponent? Like, why are we not having one like many years in the top 3 or 4 games? And then you go back to 2013, the only time since 2000 that it took until week 7 for the Dolphins to have an AFC East divisional matchup, and that was 2013 against the Bills following a week 6 bye. Sounds familiar. So it's not completely out of the realm of possibility. This is going to be the 7th time that the Dolphins are going to open up with 2 straight road games. And these things have happened before, and it's not completely shocking. It's just, you initially see the projections and the leaks, and you're like, this can't be right. How are they starting off with 3 out of 4 road games? Look, when you have one more road game, I mean, it hasn't been so many years that there have been 17 games, so there's going to be more road games every other year than home games. It just is what it is.
All right, so let's start. I'm going to hit the poll now. Jason, can we do 90 seconds of this one? We have We'll try the time.
I got the timer. I got the
All
timer.
right. All right. Let me know when you're ready to go, and I'll hit the poll. We'll start the first one. The first game of this season. I want to pull up first game, week 1, Raiders game. All right. Let's start the poll. Poll is started.
And while everyone's voting, let's talk about.
Let's talk a little about the. All right. So interesting matchup. It's big for them too. You look at the Raiders. They got Clint Kubiak as the head coach. Kirk Cousins with Fernando Mendoza, who's going to be the quarterback. So this is one of the most changed over teams. Look, I think even if it's Mendoza, I think we can get this one week 1. I don't know what to expect out of this team. I don't know. Do you think it's going to be Cousins or Mendoza?
It's going to be Cousins, I think, unless there's some absolute freak scenario that goes on. But the fact of the matter is, this is a team that picked first overall. They're not a good team. They have some pieces. They have some offensive, people. But this is, to me, this is a Jeff Hafley test. This is a Jeff Hafley test. You have right now Hafley, and I'm sure he's known a little bit before us. He has Raider prep now. Like, this is months and months of preparation for this team that is a bad team. The Dolphins and a brand new head coach literally get last year's worst team. Okay? So regardless of who's on it, they have an opportunity to go into Vegas and punch a team in the mouth. And I hope that they do. And frankly, I think that they do have a good game. And are we putting on our own wins and losses right yet, or are we waiting?
Yeah. So are we? What's the clock? I think
we're done.
Oh, I like that. Leave that on. 83%. That's a win. So update the community poll. We got you guys predict 83%. They will beat the Oakland Raiders week 1. All right. Let me update the side. You update the bottom one. This is fun. Bringing back the draft time.
Oh, it worked. Okay, we're good. We're good.
We're good. All right.
All right. So are we starting the next one?
Yeah. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure we're up here on the side. There we go. A magic W on the Raiders. You see the green W?
Look at that. And we are starting week 2.
All right. So hold on.
Let's talk about it.
Let's go. You didn't do the timer yet, did you?
I can start it and stop.
Not yet. I'm going to do this. So week 2 is the Niners. All right. Let's get the poll running. Give me a second. Let me change the poll. And the poll. Talk a little about the Niners, Sonny.
Well, the Niners, again, they have some pieces. They're going to have to really focus in on, if healthy. I mean, Kittle, I'm sure, will be healthy. You know what I mean? And Christian McCaffrey, So this is a tough game. I don't think they're going to go out west and take 2 in a row. But this, again, is a Hafley test from a logistical standpoint to see how he handles a young team out west 2 weeks in a row. And look, obviously you're going to think that they stay out there. It's almost impossible to think that they're going to travel back and go back. So
poll is live. So put the 90 seconds on when you're
okay.
Poll
to me,
is live.
This is coaching and this is veteran leadership trying to play a competitive game.
Yeah. So we got the poll running. So interesting here with the right now we're at quick votes. We're at 100% loss so far. Nobody's predicting win for the Niners game. Yeah, when I look at the Niners, I look at this game. Look, Raheem Morris is now the DC. They added Mike Evans. They got Christian Kirk. I like their sneak. I like the Romilio Height pick. So they added some. I just agree. I think we get the first one. My pick is we lose out in the second one. So we're at, what are we at here? 94% loss. So it looks like you guys are not too confident that we get a win here, and I kind of agree. Jason, you agree?
I can't see a win here.
Yeah. I think, let's see, should we call it? Let's call it 94%. We can call that.
That's a loss.
Yeah, that's a loss. Let's update everything. You update the bottom one. Guys, I love that you guys are fired up here with us and updating and voting in the poll. Let's change it out. Let's update the side one. So right now we are at 1-1 for the Fins Faithful community record. You think they're going to beat the Raiders and lose to the 49ers? And I kind of agree if it was my thing. All right. So 1-1. Next up here, we got the Chiefs. A Mahomeless Chiefs here. Week 3. Our first home game, the home opener, versus Kansas City. All right. So let me update the poll. Talk a little bit about Kansas City and kind of who's their quarterback, Jason? Is it Fields?
I mean, it's a good question. I mean, unless there's a miraculous recovery, Mahomes is probably not going to be ready. But look, they're the Chiefs. It's Andy Reid calling plays. The Dolphins Nation is going to get a chance to see Mansour Delane, although that might hurt because he's going to be on the Chiefs. And look, that was a prediction that we had on our draft show that Delane was a tailor-made Chief, and this could be, a tough home game. Obviously Dolphin fans are going to be excited for a home opener, but you catch a break this year not having to play, at Arrowhead because it's one of the tougher places to play in the NFL. But this is going to be a Chiefs win. I mean, they're going to go on in. I don't care who the quarterback is. They're a better team. They're going to be – you have to say they're better coached because we don't have any example on Hafley just yet. I'm taking Andy Reid over Jeff Hafley.
All right.
I'm going to go with the
seconds
Chiefs.
starting.
Yeah, we're going. We're going. We've been going.
So I'll be honest. I'm not – I think we could get this Chiefs. It's a home opener. I don't know who the quarter – is it Fields the quarterback? Right? This Chiefs team – home opener vibes. I don't know, Sonny. I'd probably put it. I still probably think we don't lead, but I think we got a better chance. I mean, Chiefs offensive coordinator, they brought Bieniemy back. They got Kenneth Walker, right? They drafted Delane, but it's different. If Fields is the quarterback, I like my shot, man. Against Fields. So, where are we at in the poll? Let's see. Polls 81-19.
Win or no? What?
Win? Yes.
What?
Let's go, chat. They're at polls
Okay.
81% win so far. 1 p.m. game. Good point. That's the September. That would be would that be the beginning of October?
Yeah. That's a September. That's last week of September, right?
I have a sneaky win.
Oh no, I think it might.
I kind of agree with you guys.
Oh man, I
what?
can't get on that. I can't get on that. I can't get on it. I'm sorry.
All right, let's see. Is timer up? We're at 76%.
Yeah, 5 seconds.
All right, it's a win. It's a win. It's a win, Sarny.
Remember, this is a community-based poll, and I have no problem with that. But you guys want? That's what we'll do. Stop the count. Dolphins are a winning football team.
Yeah. What are we at? 2-1. Let me update the side.
2-1.
2-1. I have a feeling it's going to get a little tougher here as we get through this schedule, though. 2-1. Let me update here. So win, loss, win. All right. So who's up next? The Vikings. Vikings up next. Flo. Minnesota Vikings up next. Brian Flores. We're going up in the dome. Malik Willis' speed. Devon A-Chain. Let me get the poll set up for that. Talk about the Vikings, Jason.
We're gonna see Andrew Van Ginkel. We're gonna see Brian Flores. This could be. Look, if anyone thinks that Brian Flores isn't circling this game and saying defense, kick the living you-know-what out of them, I don't know what else you're thinking. So this is going to be a brutal one. The Dolphins, I think, offensively could maybe hold their own, but this is a very good Vikings defense, and Flores is going to scheme like this is his Super Bowl. I'm telling you, that's the kind of competitive nature coach that Brian Flores is. Yeah. And this could be an ugly one. I'm going loss, and I'm a Hopi and Pumper here. So I think this could be a tough game.
So you think this is
a loss? This is a loss.
Yeah, I tend to agree on this one. The only thing is Kyler Murray the quarterback? Flores blitz. I mean, look, say what you want about Flo. He gives quarterbacks problems, especially these kind of. We saw what he did with against Lamar. Remember, he would give Lamar. He'd figure him out. So I agree with you, the Vikings. I mean, they went through some changes here. Their draft was kind of weird, right? And by the way, the poll's up, guys. We're at 56% win, Sarni. 44% loss. Whoa. Vote, guys. Vote. So the Vikings, look, the Kyler Murray move, is it him? Is it what's the young kid they have? Who's the Michigan quarterback they drafted? Sarni. McCarthy. They obviously brought Murray in here to play. He struggled in practice, but threw 7 picks. But it's practice. So all right, poll 59% win. 41%.
There's 20 seconds left. I hope some of y'all smarten up. I mean, I love you.
Hey, they got hopium, man. They're filled with that hopium.
It's all good. But I'll
right,
tell you, if they start off a tank year 3-1 with boy. Oh boy.
Win those AFC games.
All right. You
all
heard
right.
it.
61% win. It's a W, baby. It's a W. You guys are you believing in Malik and these boys. All right. So what's the update, Sarni? Are we 3-1?
3-1.
Throw that tank out the window, man. Who said
3-1.
Who said tank?
Okay. All right. And 0-4 Jets team must be loving life right now. Okay.
So hopefully Malik's the answer. We don't need a quarterback.
This is fun though. This is why we do it. We are unhinged, Jacob.
We are unhinged, man.
Love it, Jacob.
Look, we just wanted to give you. We wanted to have fun with this because there's only so much you can do and talk. We can go through these games. All right, who's up? The Bengals. So we're playing the Bengals next week 5. Cincinnati Bengals. All right. Talk about the Bengals. Why I put this poll up, Sarni?
I don't see this defense coming even close to stopping Burrow and the boys. You got Jamar Chase, you got T. Higgins. Look at what they did last year. I mean, look at what happened. And this is not as good of a team. So this, again, sorry for the people who are flying down or spending the money to get in the building. This is going to be a loss. And I don't speak this way. I'm one of the more positive people. But this is going to be a tough game.
All right, let me put the poll up right now. All right, guys. Do you agree with Sarni? I'll give you my – here we go. Start poll. Polls up. All right, Bengals. So, yeah, I tend to agree with Jason on this one. I have a tough time seeing how they're going to – because I think the problem with the Dolphins, I think their offense might look good. Shout out to Clown Prince. He's got him 1-3 through the first 4 games. Well, the Fins Facebook community's got him 3-1. Win week 4. Here comes the L's.
I mean, look, and I love Devon Achane as much as anybody, but this is probably a major test if he wants to run up the middle against Dexter Lawrence now. Yeah. So this could be a tough one. Look,
the only thing to get, Zach Taylor's still there. That's your only, he's a negative. I don't think he's a very good coach. Who did they draft? Cassius Howell. They got the big defensive tackle.
They got Takaro Davis, right? Takaro Davis, my guy.
Yeah, who's the guy they got at the middle with the trade with the Giants? Dexter Lawrence. So
yeah, I said Dexter Lawrence.
Yeah. Oh, you did. Yeah, and obviously Burrow. I just think there's too much top end talent there, and I think the Dolphins is going to be a young defense. I think they're going to struggle with these high offense teams. All right, let's see what. T.
Higgins,
so we're okay, Jason. This one they're more with you here. We're at 69% loss here. We're at 69% loss.
All right, you guys.
How much seconds do we got? How much do we got?
We got 15
left?
seconds. I think you can close the book on this one.
All right. Let's. We'll put that in the L column. So the final total was on that. We are now 3-2, correct?
Correct.
All right, and the final poll result for that was 31-69. 31-69 on the wins and loss there. So let me update that. 31% said they win, 69 they lose. Boy, 3-2 now. I think we're going to get to the tough part of the schedule here, Jason, where things will change a little bit. But I'm curious to see where this ends up. It's actually pretty fun. I didn't think it was going to be this fun. All right. So who do we got?
Bye week time.
All right, so bye guys, get a rest a little early. The bye week, a little early for me. The bye week. So, but all right, Bye week. Now talk about let's just talk real quick about the negative of having a bye week this early. You want it more in that week 9, week 10, week 11. Early bye week, depending how the schedule goes, injuries and stuff like that, but it's a little early. But all right, they got the Jets next. So our first, Jason, repeat that stat, our first AFC East opponent, and it's week 7. Usually we get them in the first 2 or 3 weeks.
The last time this has happened, folks, if you're just joining us, it was 2013. The Dolphins had a week 6 bye, and then they played the Bills in their first AFC East game back in 2013. The last time that's happened. So not crazy, but very uncommon. So, and this is a situation where I'll tell you, this is fun because this is MetLife Takeover, and shout out to Dolphins NYC, one of the greatest events yearly. I don't care if the Dolphins are in it or not in it. They do such a good job, that organization, in bringing fan base together. This will be fun because this is the game going into Halloween. So let's see some creativity, some costumes. I hope, Igor and Michelle, the two who run Dolphins NYC, will have some fun with that.
You going, Sonny?
Yeah, absolutely. I go in December. I go in November. This is perfect. This is tailor-made for me. Won't be that cold. I'm only about an hour and 20 minutes away. So unless anything crazy is going on, I will be there. George, we got to get you up for one of those.
Yeah, we got to do that. We got to rock that. Nick, shout out to Nick. Nick got the hat. Nick, I hope you got the hat, man. All the people with the hat, they like to enjoy. We're working on some other things too. Sonny had a good idea today. I'm not gonna let it out of the bag yet.
It could help you during a football game. Yes. That's all I'll say. Pick your poison on what you think help is.
So the Geno Smith led Jets here, they had a good draft. Bailey.
Yeah, they did.
Kenyon Sadiq.
Omar Cooper, Pons.
So they had a good draft, but I think the Dolphins get both of these against the Jets. I think they get both. All right. We're at 87% win, 13% loss, Jason. I mean, I think what do you think? Is this a winner? Do we want to spoil it? But are you leaning towards win or loss here in New York? Right? They get the Jets at home, not in the cold. So we got the second game at home, week 12. So that's always a positive. But chat says win, man. Chat says 88% win. How much do we have left on the clock?
45 seconds. I mean, look, I'm not gonna give anybody any grief for saying this could be a win. Yes, absolutely, Lewis. And judging by your picture, thank you for all you do.
Yeah, yes. Thank you for
your service there. But they can get a win here. This isn't a sneak of a win. This is two teams who are pretty much contending for a top 4 or 5 pick. And look, if there is a team to sweep in the AFC East, it is the Jets. And I will tell you this, the Dolphins have had the Jets number lately. So, you want to give a win? Let's go for a win there.
Yeah, it's 89%. Let's go for a win.
I think we can close the book on that. We got 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Ding, 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 ding. Ring the bell.
So we're at 4-2. Sonny, update the community record. But like I said, that back 9 is pretty tough, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Everybody join us. Come over to YouTube. You're voting on every pick. So get in the chat if you have any questions. George, look again at my receipt statement for week 7. I'm confused here, Dad Dean. Jason, you know what he's talking about? George,
I saw. Yeah, this is the statement.
Oh, okay. Week 7 is the Jets. Oh, win at the Jets. Chris Bell, 2 touchdowns, 2 tutties, 115 yards, and a rushing touchdown.
Whoa.
Cool.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Mickey D. Sonny, did you let it out of the bag?
No, that was my suggestion, Mickey D.
You guys want those? Do you guys want some beer? Do you want them?
What doesn't help a Dolphin fan watch a game than a nice cold one or 5 or 12? It depends on who you are. But yeah.
Shout out to Cuz, Mickey D's. What's up, brother?
I think the first beer koozie has to go to Mickey D's.
Yeah, you got it.
Now, George, you're actually on it. You got to get to the merchandising.
Yeah. J-Rod intercepts the ball for the win. You're speaking to me. Heck yeah. They're liking that.
I'll tell you what, if he does that and he somersaults into the end zone, little Zach Thomas reference there.
Yeah. All right, let's go. All right, who's the next game? We got our Patriots. New England, that's the home game versus is it Mike Vrabel the coach? Or
He'll still be the coach. I mean, look at who the owner is. Look at what their MO is. It's a bunch of cheaters.
All right, talk about that. I'm going to update the poll here against the home game versus the Patriots. Jason.
I mean, look, were they the best team in the AFC last year? No. They went to the Super Bowl. They had a cake schedule, but they are a better team, obviously, than the Dolphins. I hate throwing losses at Hard Rock every time that I can, but, I happen to think that this would be a Patriots win. Drake May did very well against them the last time in Miami. Ramondre Stevenson had a phenomenal game, like ridiculous game. So, this could be a tough one. This could be a tough one as well. I'm going to go with a loss.
Polls up. Do we have a super chat here? Let me get it.
Oh, no, you definitely got to get Mickey D's the Koozie.
Yeah. You got
a clincher.
You got a couple on the house there, Mickey. Shout out, bro.
Thank you.
Tells you the man. Shout him out. Thank you for the $10. We go blow.
You did not have to do that.
Yeah. You got a few, and you might got a hat coming your way. So look, man, we appreciate all the super chats and all the donations. Honestly, it just goes to help pay. It's not going in our pockets. Jason knows that. It goes just to help pay. Put the show.
I don't even have pockets.
Yeah, me either. We really appreciate it. For the beer koozie. You got it, brother. You got it. All right. Polls live. Patriots. Look, it's tough to bet against the Patriots and Drake May right now. That to me, that's going to be a tough one. I'm going to put that as a loss. You already talked about it. Is he? They got a lot going on there, but look, they added Romeo. Didn't they add Romeo Doubs, Vera Tucker? They added to the O-line with Lomu. I love Gabe Yakis.
Yeah,
they got Gabe Yakis, so they got tougher in the trenches. Yeah.
Nothing worse than watching a good kid you like come out of college and then end up in the Patriots. Hate that.
The poll went live, right? Or is it not? It is. What is the poll updates? For some reason, it's frozen on my end here. The poll. Let me pull the chat up here.
Hold on. I got a couple of multitasking things going on here.
Did the poll up? Let me see.
Oh, well, if we have to reset the timer, we will.
Yeah. Let me just double check. For some reason, I'm not my. Oh, here we go. Did the poll? Oh, it didn't go up. Let's do it again. Sorry. Apparently, the poll didn't go through. All right, we'll do the poll again.
Timer's up. So, let's talk more about the Patriots. You think is there anything going on with Vrabel and the Patriots? Is there anything like outside of football? I don't know. I haven't been in the news lately. Oh, maybe there has. My bad.
All right, Chad. I'm curious. Do you think he keeps his job? I mean, I'm curious. I mean, do you think he's in danger of losing? The only question I have is, how can he tell his guys what to do when all this stuff surrounding it? That's the only thing. But it's the Patriots, so they don't have the best history of. But again, it's different being the owner versus the guy who has to be in the locker room every day and is the voice of the team. The owner's in a different tier, man. He's got a pass. He's a billionaire, right? This is different. The poll should be starting. The poll's up now, right? I apologize, guys. My fault.
I mean, look, this is listen. From me, I think it was a vile thing that both of those individuals did, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
If I'm looking at it from a New England Patriot football standpoint, this is going to be one of those things, like it or not, that the Patriot players are going to rally around their coach, and it's going to be totally fine, and they're going to use football as the distraction to the distraction. So I have, if I'm a betting man, I think that I am, I would say that there's zero chance that he gets fired.
Yeah.
So,
dude, the poll's at a deadlock. It's 50-50. We got to extend it for 20 more seconds.
Overtime for 20 seconds.
50-50. I go. Do we go 50-50? What, tie?
No.
I mean, I would go. I would lean loss.
I mean, we have 20 seconds right now.
This would be a loss for me here. All
Throw
right,
there, everybody.
We're at 50-50.
You got 11 seconds.
We're at 50-50 again.
Jeez.
This is are you to say loss for you, right?
5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Dead heat. Let's go.
Dead heat?
Vote. 5 seconds. Vote. The whoever gets first, win or loss, is going to be the winner. Dead heat. 50-50.
I'll tell you what. If you want to have a lot of fun, you want to throw a tie up there. I mean, by definition, if it's a dead heat, it's
come on.
a tie.
Somebody else got to vote. We choose the winner. All right. I'm gonna go.
I can't see a 5.
I think it's a loss.
I can't. It's a loss.
It's a loss. If we're gonna choose, I'd go loss here.
It's a loss.
Patriots gonna take it. All right, let's update that. But it was a dead heat, man. Nobody else wanted to vote. Everybody wants Fins tie. Oh, shout out to everybody. All right.
I mean, still look 4-3, very acceptable for any
tie.
team.
The poll is spoken.
Uh-oh.
But we want a real. We want a real record, though. I think, right? Don't we?
Well, ties happen. Ties happen. All
right. So
I can't amend it. I can't amend it. I mean.
All right. Let's do a 10-second runoff.
10 seconds. All right.
10-second runoff. Everybody vote.
College overtime.
Bring your brother, your mother, everybody in here.
All right. Ready? 3,
everybody.
2, 1.
10-second runoff.
10 seconds.
Go get your brother's phone, your mother's phone, everybody.
5 seconds. Where are we at?
55% win.
Wow. You guys
wow.
are killing me.
All right. You guys spoken. Upset in the making. We win. We win. A lot of hopium. A lot of hopium. A lot of hopium. All right. So Patriots win. Look, I hope they do as good as the chat believes that they'll do. All right, let me update this. All right, let me update the side. Man, boy, could this actually happen, Sarny?
No.
But we listen. We love the enthusiasm, man. You know, if you don't got hope, what do you got? All right, so let's update this. We're 5-2.
Wow.
I mean, look, it's not in our hands, you know.
Look, it's the community having fun, and we're having fun watching you have fun. So keep it going.
Yeah, let's go. Get the more people in here. The more people we vote, the more influence you have on the record.
Keep it going.
All right, who's next? The Lions.
Dan Campbell coming home.
We're going to the Lions den's coming here.
Yeah.
With Dan Campbell and the boys. All right, talk about the Lions, Sarny. I'm going to update the poll here.
Oh, man. I mean, looking at how they could destroy us by the run, by the pass. Like, I'm not saying Jared Goff is the greatest quarterback in the world, but, you know, Amon-Ra St. Brown could have a terrific day. Jahmyr Gibbs is a premier running back. There are not many running backs better than Devon Achane, but if I have to put one or two up there, Jahmyr Gibbs is one of them. And look, with their ability to run the ball last year and the offensive line improvement that they've had, this is going to be. I hate every home game I'm saying a loss, but the Lions are a better team, and I think I saw a tweet that statistically or by the percentage wise, they could have one of the better records in the NFL going on into this year. So when it's all said and done,
can we start over? Hey, it's up to you guys.
This is the poll. This is the poll.
So the poll's live. The poll's live. The Lions poll. Put it for 60 seconds or 90 seconds, whatever you got.
We'll do 60 seconds.
Yeah, 60 seconds. That sounds good. Usually we get a good idea. Everybody vote. Get your opinion in. So the Lions coming to town. Look, I mean, you mentioned it. If it's not HN, it's Gibbs. Like, you know, they brought their coordinator change was weird, right? They got Pacheco at running back to replace Montgomery. They drafted my guy Blake Miller. So I think him and Sewell will be the bookend tackles. Are they moving Penny Sewell? This would be a tough matchup. I just think they got too much juice on offense for this young defense. This is a loss. And the chat agrees. We're at 81% loss.
My guy Jimmy Rolder is going to pop the ball
out
on special teams. You know, he's gonna make an impact on that phase of the football game, I think. But Lions are better.
Only thing, it's a home game, 1:00 the Heat, but I think there's still too much juice there.
Yeah.
I think the chat has spoken. It's 82% loss.
There you go. All right, 10 seconds left, but we're gonna close it out here.
I think we can close that.
I agree.
I agree with you guys on that one. So where are we at here? look, it might end up being closer to what we probably think by the end of the time we get here, because it's a tough stretch coming up. All right, so we got a Lions loss here. You guys said so. All right, we are at, what are we at? 5-3. Who we got next?
5-3. Going back to the Colts. Going back to Indy.
Ooh, Indy. All right, this is a sneaky one. This is an interesting one. I'm curious how the chat votes on this one. So next opponent, this is against the Colts. So we got the Colts. Jason, talk a little about the Colts. Couple of changes to going with Daniel Jones. They kept Richardson. Talk about the Colts here. I'll change the poll.
I mean, no one, I think, really expected them to really decimate the Dolphins week 1 last year as they did. You're worried about Jonathan Taylor, Danny Dimes. Has some nice weapons, obviously Tyler Warren. Now, this is going to be an interesting game to see who is going to stop the tight end. You know what I mean? How they're going to scheme against Warren. He had a very good game against the Dolphins for his first game, and he's a heck of a weapon. So I'm going to go with a loss. I am. But this, again, starts that really, really tough back 9, so to speak. And I think they're going to get a loss again, but I think they might be a little bit more competitive than last year.
Yeah, I agree. And you said the tight ends, like how do we get a good look at maybe how Rodriguez covers the tight end, or Kyle Lewis. Think about Kyle Lewis's. Forget about where he's going to play. What he does really well is cover tight end. So maybe this is where you see Kyle Lewis's ability here in this game against they kind of got the Greer McDaniel thing with Steichen and Ballard. They're on that hot seat. They committed to Daniel Jones long term. They took C.J. Allen. Did you see that C.J. Allen video that was out there?
No, I didn't see the video.
He was so stiff, and the reason why I didn't like him. Remember, I told you I would have Rodriguez over him, and what's his Golday and
Jay Golday.
You saw the he's so stiff in the hips.
Did we put the poll up? Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, the poll's up.
All right, so I'll go a minute right now.
Yeah. It's close. 54% win, 46 loss.
Wow.
So this was tough. This was because I could see a world you could sneak one out, but look, there's not going to be many games they're favored in, but I don't like the state of the Colts right now. They did get A.J. Halsey, though.
I was going to say, one of our boys, A.J. Halsey, got Jalen Farmer, too, in the draft. So
yeah, they got a couple of our guys. But I just don't like the state of the organization. It's in the Dome, right? We're at Indianapolis. So
right.
Week 10, kind of that middle of the schedule. Is this one of those games you're surprised you could win? I think it's kind of one of those, but look, I'm not betting on the Colts. I don't like where they're at. So I don't like these teams that are kind of their GM and the coach or got one foot out the door.
I'm laughing because this is like if this comes to fruition on how the fans are voting and how our community is voting right now, a win here would get Dolphin fans insufferably expecting now to make the playoffs. I mean, if you literally show a 6-3 record right now,
yeah,
you've passed the point of no return for a first overall pick. You've passed the point to tank. Why wouldn't you root just to win 3-4 more games to make the playoffs? But
that's a good one. No. We're realistic.
I'm going Finch realistic. But that was funny.
Just shout out to Jerry. I hope you got the draft cap.
Nice.
All right, so 53% win.
All right,
47% loss.
It's the fans poll.
All right, that's another W. Poll. Look, I have a feeling there's going to be some else coming up in the back 9, though.
Finn's faithless. That was really good.
Yeah,
that's almost koozie level good.
Yeah,
but we'll see. We still have to order them.
All right, let me
good
update
stuff.
the side.
Good stuff, everybody.
Yeah, you guys could be hopeful, man. Like, look, again, end of the day, you don't know how it's going to work out. If they start off, what are we at now, Jason?
6-3.
6-3.
6-3. My God.
I will say this. A lot of times these first-year coaches start off hot, if you noticed, right? Like in their first season, they surprise people. So it'll be interesting. That means, you know what? I'll tell you if this works out. That means you probably got your quarterback. So I'll put it to you that way.
That's a win right there. That's a huge win.
Jason, this is where teams figure the Dolphins out. This is the back 9 here. This is that back nine where I said it's going to be
This
tough.
reminds me of like when I golf and I have a good front nine. I'm like looking at the score and I'm like, I'm going to score really well, and then everything just goes to shit.
I never have a good front nine or back.
Neither
nine,
do
so.
I. I'm just trying to paint the nice picture. I'll have like 3 good hits, 3 good strokes. But,
Shout out to the chat. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, keep getting us. We're trying to hit another 3,000, man, even quicker than we hit the first one. We appreciate you guys.
Your
much love.
koozies for everybody if we can get 6,000.
Koozies for everybody. All right. So who's next? We got the Bills.
Going to the toilet bowl in the Buffalo.
So we're going to Buffalo. We're going at Buffalo here. All right, Sonny, I'm going to update the poll here. But the Buffalo curse doesn't continue. But we got Buffalo on the road in probably weather not too bad at this time.
I mean, look, this is the point where most Buffalonians say goodbye to the sun for a number of months. But we're probably not talking about horrible elements, lake effect, wind, snow, whatever. Yeah. So cold, overcast, but I don't think we're talking about freezing cold elements or precipitation heavy. So
and that's week 11. So it's not. We're not going. It's not a home game. Then we're home on week. We're going up there week 17. So that's. Let me get the poll up here. The poll's about to go live for Buffalo. All right,
got the time.
It's on you, Tyre. Go ahead. It's all in the chat now. All right. So, look, you got to be fair here. They're the king of the division. The Bills, Joe Brady, the new head coach after McDermott's exit. I don't know how that's going to affect everything. They traded for DJ Moore. They got our boy Bradley Chubb. Right? They got TJ Parker. They're still the measuring stick to me in the AFC East at home. This pretty. If I was a betting man, this is a loss.
2 wins in the last 16 games against them, everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Even the most optimistic probably couldn't predict this. So where are we at here in the poll, Jason? We are at 79% loss here. 79% loss. How much seconds do you have on it? I say we call this one already.
We can call this one real quick, much like hole 13 when I'm actually having a good round and I realize that it's going downhill.
Yeah, by hole 13, I've had a couple of cold ones, so
I've lost
good.
all the balls in my bag. It's all over.
I'm like looking for somebody else's balls.
Exactly. I'm finding a range bull out there and being happy with it.
Yeah, I'm not going to pull out my range finder. I'll act like I'm cool and I'll just find a ball. Oh, whose ball is this?
Exactly.
And throw it in there. Don't you hate the pressure of the guys behind you? I'm like, settle down, bro.
If there's one thing that I don't care about, it's the people behind me.
I'm the opposite. I'm the opposite, man.
I'm here. I'm spending money. I'm hanging out.
Yeah.
You wait. I'll get all the green.
Oh, look, yeah. Oh, I would love to see Rodriguez chasing out over the field. Phil.
But look, in all seriousness, this would be a great game if they actually compete and they compete well and keep it in.
Yeah. All right. Who's next here on the schedule? We got the Jets. So this is the one we predicted the Jets. Wow. This is a home. We had the away Jets game already, correct? So this is the second one. We beat them once. Do we beat them up there? Let me start the post. Did we sweep them, Sarni?
Well, we got the win at the MetLife takeover. No reason to think that they can't get the win at Hard Rock. I will say, you know what? Sure, break out the brooms. Why not?
Let me get the
7-4 going into Thanksgiving. You don't think that people are going to be pushing for the playoffs? Bring it on.
Yeah,
I mean, look, they can sweep the Jets. They can sweep the Jets. They're that bad.
And this is the home game, right? Versus the Jets week 12.
This is the home game.
Yeah. All right. Let's poll should be live right now. All right. It's live. So all right. This will be interesting. I got him sweeping them. So that's me. I got him sweeping them.
I'll take them for a win here. I'll take the Dolphins for a win here at home. I mean, they've had their number. They've had the Jets number lately.
Who do they? You think Klubnik will start? Is Klubnik starting or is Geno Smith starting?
I think Geno Smith will start soon. I mean, it's not like Klubnik is their franchise quarterback. I mean, their goal is to draft. They got Arch Manning.
Who else do they got? Yeah. They're gonna be in prime positions because we got Malik Willis. Look, the Jets are dysfunctional. I'm hoping we're not dysfunctional, right? I think these dysfunctional teams, even if they draft well, they usually things don't end up well. They're not. I don't know how good of a coach Aaron Glenn is. I'm hoping
he could be gone by now.
Yeah,
by this time.
They're up in the air totally. What is the poll at? The poll's 79% win.
35 seconds.
79% win, 21% loss. I say this one is. We could probably pretty much start updating. This looks like a. If you see
7-4.
7-4.
Okay. All right.
All right. But as long as you guys are having fun with it, and look, we put a lot of work into put it.
We're having fun for sure.
We're having fun
for sure.
All right. So we got the win versus the Jets. So 7-4. Next up, Broncos. We see Jalen Waddle, Chris Johnson versus Jalen Waddle. Hopefully, right? Hopefully, Chris Johnson. We got the Broncos at Denver. So, all right, Sonny, talk about the return of Waddle. We got Bo Nix and the Broncos. I'll talk about that game.
I'm sure Bo Nix will be healthy for this game. You know, he got the ankle, obviously, from the playoffs last year. But you got Waddle, you got Patrick Surtain on the other side of the ball. They're a team that is a top 4, top 3 team, maybe in football, let alone, the conference. Denver's a tough place to play. There definitely could be some weather elements. This could be a shellacking. This could be a shellacking.
Yeah. Look.
Shellacking.
This is Broncos.
And Waddle's going to go for about 100. Waddle's going to go for about 120 and 2 touchdowns.
Broncos got Super Bowl aspirations. Okay,
yeah.
That's not. That's why they made that trade.
Mm-hmm.
They traded for Waddle. Their defense is really good. That's a tough environment. Davis Webb's the new OC. Yeah, I think this is I don't know if this one's going to be too pretty. And the chat agrees already. We're at 92% loss here.
Yeah. I mean, Jordan, I agree with you fully. Waddle revenge. Look, it's not going to be a oh wow 99 with a great comment right there.
Pull up the chat because I'm doing the
99. That's a poetic statement right there.
Oh,
could you imagine? But I don't know if it'll be that bad. But oh god, Jordan had the same kind. Oh wow, sorry, Jordan.
Yeah.
Good stuff. But yeah, definitely Waddle revenge game. Although I don't really want to call it revenge because he left very amicably. It was a very good situation for anything like that. But they are going to target Waddle early and often. He'll probably get 2 touchdowns in the first.
And the thing with them is their defense. I mean, their defense is really. I mean, that's when you add that the weapon they had with Waddle if he's healthy, right? I wouldn't mind seeing Chris Johnson on him. You know what I mean? That'd be fun, right? But again, this is a team that look as long as the quarterback stays healthy with that defense. Yeah, this is going to be. It's a loss. Yeah. Final one was 88% loss, 12% win. So yeah, this one's going to be. This one might not be pretty. Let's put it to you.
And now the inevitable fall is on the way.
Yes. All right.
7-5.
Who we got up? Who we got next? We got Sonny. We got
going home against the Bears.
Bears. So the Bears. All right, we got the Bears. So I'll end the poll. Start a new one. The Bears. Caleb.
This is like the season of ex-Dolphin people. Ben Johnson coming back to where he kind of cut his teeth with Miami as an assistant coach. Again, let's see what they can do against, Colton Loveland, tight end. Caleb Williams is improving and just a good quarterback. This could be another Hard Rock tough loss. Sorry. Yeah. This is going to be a tough one.
Pulls up with the Bears. Ben Johnson, did you see that story about Ben Johnson? What was it about saying he told
Carew?
He's like, look, I'm going to be a Hall of Fame coach. I know where I'm going. Where are you going? So that kind of confidence.
Not the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Maybe to go visit. That's about it.
I visited the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. We probably caught as many balls as Lante Carew did. I didn't understand that pick at the time either. I still don't.
Neither did I. But anyways, a lot of picks were understandable for this Dolphin team.
Ben Johnson, man, he's still. They lost DJ Moore. They drafted your boy Dylan Dineman.
Yeah.
They added more speed and offense. And I'll tell you what. Look, I'm going to make a prediction. I think they lose this game, but I also don't think the Bears have as good of a season. I'm not buying into even the quarterback there. I'm just not. I'm not sold. I need to see them do it again. A lot like I thought about CJ Stroud. I think Williams is better, but he's got a lot of highs and a lot of lows. He had a lot of flashes. I'm still not 100% sold there. I don't think they'll be quite as good as people think, but I still think though that this should be a loss for the Dolphins. And the poll is 62% loss.
Yeah.
All right.
I
So
mean, look, he had a great
out.
playoff game. He had a great comeback effort. That throw was fantastic back in the playoffs, but he could regress. I mean, he could easily regress. I don't know horribly, but Johnson's a great coach. Offensively, I think they put up a 30 spot at least. And this could be a game where, Willis is coming back a little bit, but I think they could win by 2 touchdowns. The Bears.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they lose this game. I do think, Ben Johnson being the coach here and the offensive mind he has and the young defense of the Dolphins. But I still don't look, it wouldn't shock me if it was an upset because I'm not a huge believer in the Bears, but that's just me. But Chad has spoken, 62% loss, 38% win for the Bears. All right. So where are we at? Updated record is
the return. 7-6 going into the return.
Oh,
return.
This should have been a primetime game. If anyone was a prime, this would have been nice.
I would have liked it. I said that if there was any, look, I was half right here. I said that I would love for it to be a Thursday nighter in December. We got the December part, but they're not going to put the Dolphins on a primetime, although this would have been a really fun story, considering Hafley, Willis, John Eric Sullivan returning to Green Bay. But, I mean, look, the elements will be either falling or the tundra will be frozen or the weather will be freezing. This is a game where, look, forget the win or loss. I want the Dolphins to be competitive. I don't want to see heavy jackets, Mike McDaniel, things like that, freezing. No, be tough. You built this team to be a weather-proof team. This would be the biggest test going into this season on if they're going to be soft or if they go into a potentially freezing cold game and they actually compete. So I'm looking forward to watching this game.
Yeah. Oh, this is going to be fun. They know Malik. They know each other. Packers know Malik. Malik knows the Packers. Hafley knows the Packers. Sullivan knows the Packers. Vice versa. LaFleur. This would be fun. We might keep it a little closer because we do know what's coming. Right? It might be a little closer. Again, this look. It's going to be this. There could be some frozen tundra there. This is going to be in Green Bay again. How physical are Caden Proctor? All right, in this kind of cold weather, this is what I want to see. Caden Proctor with his hands and fingers in the dirt, lining up. How do we look? If we lose 34-27, but Caden Proctor's moving people and the offensive line's moving people. Yeah, in the snow.
In the snow right there.
Hands dipped in the snow, big Caden Proctor, no gloves. You know what I mean? Like some crazy thing like that. So TV networks.
I'm gonna have to watch Denai Dennis Sutton in this game.
Oh, yeah. We don't play the Titans, right? No, okay.
We do not play the Titans.
Good.
I know. We can move on from that. I know where you're going with that. I'm over it. I'm
sorry. I'm
over it.
Too soon?
A little too soon.
Okay. All right.
No one say anything in the chat. But anyway.
All right. So what is the chat on the Packers? Excuse me. 71% loss for the Packers. So now, look, this is the tough part we talked about, Jason.
500.
This is the tough part we talked about. I mean, this back nine, boy, if this was a playoff team, this would be like, wow, if you were a Super Bowl contending team, you'd be like, this is a tough schedule here. It's almost like they don't expect the Dolphins to do much, so they gave them this. It's got, you know what I mean? Like, because this is pretty, look, it's murderer's row there,
This gauntlet to end is tough. This 6-game gauntlet, it's just brutal.
No.
Brutal.
Yeah, I when I was doing my own schedule, wins and losses, I was thinking, gosh, after the Jets, I was struggling to pull out a win, All right, so where are we at?
We're a 500 team right now.
We're a 500 team. All right, and we got who's up?
7-7. Uh-oh.
Ooh,
He's coming
This
back.
fun. This is gonna be fun.
Mike McDaniel, the coach.
Alec Ingold.
Who else?
Cole Strange.
Cole Strange. Oh my God! So
let me put that up. Yeah,
we got a coach that got away in Harbaugh. We got a coach that we shoot away in McDaniel. This is another revenge game. Half the games on the schedule, there's a revenge component. It's unbelievable with how this played out, whether players or coaches coming back or both. But and of course, you have to deal with a Herbert, the whole Herbert versus the other quarterback from that draft class. I'm not going to say the name, but that's over. Thank God, from a social media standpoint.
Oh,
but yeah, thank God.
Feels so good.
Oh, it's like a relief. But anyway, this could be another game where I'm sorry to say, but Dolphin fans at Hard Rock Stadium might be walking out of that building very upset.
Yeah. Yeah. So look, they have obviously the McDaniel returned the connection. We talked about they drafted Mesidor, the UM kid. They drafted Brennan Thompson. That's going to be his Devon A-Chain / Waddle, Tyreek Hill toy. They got Alec Ingold. Look, I think Herbert's going to put up better numbers this year. Whatever you think of Mike McDaniel, I think he's going to figure out a way in that offense for Justin to kind of put up some bigger numbers. Kind of it's going to be different for him. But look,
it'll be tough to see a Mesidor sack in Hard Rock Stadium.
Look, if my guess is it's a win. I mean, a loss. We're playing. We were at the. Is that the game we were at, the fan game last year? Was it the Chargers? Correct?
No, we were at the Bucks.
Fan weekend? No, fan weekend was the. Oh, I was at.
You were at the. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you meant when we hung out.
We always play the Chargers pretty tough. And look, I'm still not sold on Herbert as a winner. My guess we lose a close one here.
Yeah,
I think we could score on that on the Chargers. So, and I think we're gonna have a little extra as McDaniel is to try to get one. But I think we lose a close one, high scoring game here. What does the chat think though? Chat's got us a loss.
Yeah.
All right. So,
and I remember before Mesidor coming back home, so to speak, to Hard Rock Stadium, playing in front of people that are, an area that he's familiar with. He'll get a sack or two. But Chargers take this one. And now you're looking at draft positioning. Now this is the game to officially say, all right, let's move down that board or move up the board, however you want to look at it. There's a loss.
So let me update here. Where are we at now? Wins and losses.
7-8.
7-8. Okay.
7-8. That back nine.
It's coming back a little bit.
Coming back around.
Towards a little bit of reality here. All right. So we got 2 games left. Bills and the Pats. 2 division games. All right. So Bills week 17 here. All right. I'll get the poll rolling. We lost the first one, according to you guys. So what's going to happen here on the second one, Sonny? And this one is at home. We don't play the Bills on the road, so it's at home. Should be a nice 70.
What the NFL did was appease 2 fan bases, I feel like this, or at least made like a neutral weather scenario. Not going to be too crazy cold for the Dolphins to go up to Buffalo. Not going to be crazy, crazy hot in September for the Bills. They were the ones that pretty much, put this whole OSHA and complaining mechanism in for the early part of the season. So take the weather annoyance out. Look, the Bills could be either playing this game to clinch playoff positioning, or they could be good to the point where maybe they have 2 easy weeks where they could rest people, but my guess is that they need this game to get to where they want to be. First seed, second seed, home field advantage, what have you. I see this as another loss at Hard Rock Stadium. Please, just trying to be real here. But this would be a game where if you lose to Josh Allen in Buffalo, you figure him out, Jeff Hafley, and you make his life difficult. I know it was a great win last year in Miami against Allen and the Bills, but different team, different scenario, different story. I think, look, this is actually playing to exactly a Dolphin mediocrity situation, but
but again, I remember when the Ravens were 8-8, right? But like they took steps. It depends how you're doing it, right? If you're doing it with a bunch of good young players, if you're 8-8 with a payroll of guys who are 30 years old and over, and you're overpaying, and you got all these veterans, and you're 8-8, If you go 8-8 with a bunch of young players and the first time, then you got something. Okay.
Right.
Do you remember that year with the Ravens and with they went 8-8 and they took
Yeah.
that next step? So again, it'd be a different kind of middle thing, right? It's much different. You go at 8-8 with a young rookie team, 13 rookies, and you don't have overpriced veterans. You're a young team. That's totally different, Jason, right?
I mean, look, at this point, you're upset that you're losing out on the top upper echelon of the elite of the draft. But if you're really thinking if this comes to fruition, Malik might be the guy, right? And
Yes.
2027, with all that free agent money, now you're thinking, all right, are we just a couple of players away where we could literally bring in a player on offense, a player on defense? You know, look, in a world like this, you don't necessarily need to draft the best defender or the best quarterback or the best wide receiver out there. You could literally shop in the free agency world and pick that player up and move up 2-3 games. So this wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, like you said, George, for a team that is so young and where they are at this moment. So, yeah, there's a lot of red from week 13 on, but at this point, you know, we're going to have some fun, Dad Dean, with this last one, I think. Let's think about this. Let's think about this.
Yeah, I'm about to put it up right now. I'll give you guys a long time to think about this one. So the loss for the Bills, you guys voted 67% loss, which is probably the way you should go with that one.
I'm going to give you a fun scenario, George. If you want to go first, you take this one first. The poll is the poll up?
You polls up.
All right, you take this one first, and I'll get a fun scenario going.
Let's go. So we won against the Patriots week 8, right? So now we're looking at last game of the season. We just had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 game losing streak. Where are we at? 7-8. Again, if this team is 7-8 at this point, and this is true, you mentioned it best, and I think you said you're picked 13th overall, but you could take the Brook off the franchise quarterback, and we could put the franchise quarterback. I think that's going to be the case, right? And B, you hit on your draft class. And C, you don't need to draft the quarterback high. You draft the best player available, whether it's a stud number 1 wide receiver, an edge rusher, another corner, whatever it may be, another offensive lineman. Then you know Sully saw it right. And again, I mentioned the Ravens when they went 8-8. If this scenario plays out, there's a lot of big things coming down the line, and the foundation was built right. It's not we're 7-8 in the middle, 8-8, picking 14th overall with a veteran team that has a bunch of 30 million plus contract players that are hitting 30. This would be totally different, right? So that's the good sign. If it turns out like this, I don't have them as these many wins, but even if it's 5 or 6, it still could be that same way. But I think if it turns out like this, you found your quarterback and your head coach is doing some things right, and they kind of set the foundation. So, yeah.
Going into this game, this could be a fun scenario where the Patriots could be spoiled in terms of, much like in 2021, Dolphins go into New England, they beat them, or, actually it was a home game, but they ruined the Patriots kind of progression in the playoffs. This would obviously be a crazy late season win up in the elements at Foxborough. I would hate, I'm a little conflicted because I don't want to, say that they're going to lose
Daniel
6
said
straight games.
Daniel, this is
this is all poll voting.
This
Daniel.
is all the poll voting, Daniel. This is not
voting,
our
Daniel.
record prediction. This is If
it was up to me, we'd be at 4 wins right now. Let's say that. And I'm gonna have
I got a little more hope. But yeah, man, Daniel, look, you should have gotten earlier and voted. It's the votes, and we let you go. We like to involve the Fins Faithful community here because we can sit here and go down the schedule, but it's kind of cool, interactive. I hope you guys enjoyed it because we have.
Let's have as much fun now until the actual season starts when it's for real, and there might not be as much fun.
Let's see the poll, right? Here's the poll so far, updated, guys. Lost 71%.
Yeah, it's going to be a loss. But look, at this point, it's not bad.
And where are the Patriots playing for? Remember, we're probably playing for nothing.
Correct.
The Patriots are playing for, are they playing for a 1 seed, a 2 seed? Home field advantage, or are they playing for a 5th or 6th seed, or are they playing to get in? We don't know. We're not going to be playing for as much, but they will be. So these teams at the end of the year, like the Patriots, they got a lot to play for. Thank you, Daniel. We appreciate it.
No, Kevin. Yeah, no. 2019 was at New England. 2021 was home against New England to kind of spoil them. Yeah.
Yes. And we don't know that game. We don't know the time yet. So that's why it's TBD.
2019 would be the better example, obviously, because it was a tank year too, pretty much, and it was a surprise win. But yeah, those two times the Dolphins were able to get wins against the Patriots to kind of ruin their postseason.
Yeah. All right. So should we call that? That's a loss. 67%. Time's up, right, Jason?
Oh, yeah, time's up on this. That's a loss.
So 67% on that loss.
7-10.
So 7-10. Look, this is the optimistic Dolphin fan. I mean, I think this is probably the most optimistic you'll get. But there's a world where this happens. There's a world where it's 7-10, right? Look, I'm not as optimistic, but I will say, teams usually with a first-year head coach, look at Brian Dable, look at even Adam Gase, look at Mike McDaniel. They tend to overachieve sometimes in that year
Come back
one.
down to earth.
Yeah, and then they come back down to earth year two. But the difference is, like, when Mike took over, wasn't there was a veteran team. Now they had a lot of draft picks, but they switched over and went veteran. This team is are they one of the youngest teams, Jason? What are they, like 25 years old?
I think they are the youngest. Yeah, I think they actually are the youngest.
So again, 7-10 would be fantastic and would answer a lot of questions. So look, I like the hopium here. You guys were unrealistic. You didn't go, 12 and 5. You went 7-10, which I think is probably the most optimistic outlook if you're trying to do it. And thumbs up to you guys. You did a great job.
And just to piggyback off that, great job for sure. And if you saw on ESPN, one of our guests, Emory Hunt, he shouted out multiple Dolphin podcasts that he was on, which leaves us in that mix. Sure. He did use the word hopium. He did use the word hopium, which I believe we've used. I know a lot of people use that. Yeah. But he had him at 5 wins. But he didn't make it a point to say that anything could happen in the NFL. Yes. He said over 4.5. So basically, it could be 5, it could be 10. You know what I mean? He said it was over that. Yeah. So if we're 2 games off from the bottom part of what Emory Hunt says, I'm good with it. I'm good with it. George mentioned earlier we had a phone call where we both gave our win total. George, you can give yours. I said that I see 4 wins, and that's just the ultimate pessimist in me. George?
Okay, I'm gonna go 5, and I got Raiders, Chiefs, Jets, Colts. And I think underrated, if they get 6, would be the Chargers, but I'll go 5. But I'll put a wild card at the Chargers, but I'm going to go 5 wins.
I got Raiders, Colts, Jets, and maybe they catch a win.
So we're basically. I just added the. Who did I add on there? I added the Chiefs. Yes, no,
I love it.
I don't see. Only real win I don't see happening is Vikings 6 up. Yeah, I'm between 5 and 6. So you guys aren't that far off. So
I'm between 4 and 5.
Yeah, good job. Good job. This was fun.
I love it. I love it.
Jerry, I hope you get to draft that soon. So, man, so look, end of the day, tough back half of the schedule. Should be fun. 2 games on the road in the West Coast. So that means our post-game show is going to be at the evening, Jason. So we got plenty more stuff coming your way. We're lining up stuff next week to get you some good guests. The schedule's out. Drop in the show after. What did you think? What's your record prediction? Drop it in the comment section after the show. Make sure you share it. Let everybody know. Kind of live the experience on replay through this. So we appreciate you guys. Jason, any final thoughts on the schedule here?
This is one of the fun days that I have, as I referenced earlier. This is even more fun to do this all with you. We love our community. We love our faithful. Yes. Look, and as we've kind of referenced throughout the show, if there is a year to have really annoying aspects of the schedule, 2 games to start on the road on the West Coast, no prime time, incredibly hard back 9, back 8, however you want to count them. This is the year to do it. So I don't think that they're going to pick in the first 2 or 3 picks. I think they're going to miss out on Arch. But if they can get 4 or 5, Jeremiah Smith, you know what I mean? If they can get in that area,
you better get 2, 3.
yeah, that's true. But I will say, again, I don't want to see an average score against 35 and an average points for 12. I'd like to see 4 quarters of competitive football. I don't want to see a first half. And you know what I want to see? You know what I want to see, George and Vince Faithful up there? Good third quarters. Good third quarters.
Second half,
if they're
ability
down,
to adjust in the second half.
Thank you. If they're down 17-6 and they come out of the third and Halfley shows the ability to adjust and they end up losing, 31-28 on a field goal, I'm fine. This year. Because I want to see a coach who says, you know what? This isn't working for us. Here's how we're going to go out in the next 2 quarters and flip the script and beat them in the third and fourth quarter. We might not win the game, but we came back and we made it a battle. They might not win the war, but they you know what I mean, of the game. But I want to see third quarters, fourth quarters much more improved than what we saw with Mike McDaniel. No offense to him, but he just didn't adjust.
Yeah. See, and I'll close with this. To me, again, the numeric wins loss doesn't matter to me. It's what I'm watching. How do you win? How do you lose? More importantly, how do you lose? Because I think there's going to be more losses than wins. What can we take out of it? Well, Sully's seeing things right in his first year of laying the slab of foundation, right? You'll know pretty quickly with this because there was a lot of controversy in some of these picks. It's about how it happens. And if we get a development of the young class and another quarterback, no matter what our record is, and if it ends up 7 wins or 8 wins, that means you're doing a lot right. And how is Halfley as a coach? Again, that you mentioned, second half adjustments, timeouts. How does he carry these group of young men? Who steps up as leaders? How much of these young guys are starting? That's what this is about. This season's about development and progress. And we're building the house. Did we start right? Because if you didn't start right, it's going to be in a lot of trouble. That's the most important thing. Again, that can happen with 4, 5, 6, 7 wins. They're not tanking. When you say tank, they're going to play their butts off. The coach are going to coach their butts off. It's just they're your young team. And organically, if you're losing a lot of some of these close games, this is a young team, right? But I see when this team gets experience, they're going to pull these wins out. That's when you're seeing, okay, this thing's going right. So hopefully it is. Hopefully I have a good feeling about this front office. I said earlier in the show, I watched the clip of McDaniel and Greer. I'm thinking in the draft room, thinking, we got football guys finally, right? Whether it works out, I don't know. But we got football guys. I know that. So that's what I'm happy about. The dog and pony show's over, right? At the quarterback position, at the head coach position, at the GM position. They're football guys. We'll see if it works out. But I got some hopium, Sarny.
A little bit of hopium. Hold on, let me read this by here. Are you going to sneak in a cheesehead mascot in the locker room? I don't know that anecdote. I really want to look that up. But anything that I can do to help fire people up, I will do. Yeah, but that's a fun anecdote.
And chat, thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. We're with you. We're all in it, man. Let's steam through this, get through this offseason training camp, and let's get into the season, have some fun. We got more stuff. We're lining some stuff up next week for you. Stay tuned to the social media. Check out all our shorts and all our videos and all that stuff. We appreciate you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. For Jason Sarny, for myself, stay Vince Faithful. We are out.